Wednesday, October 11th. Heading out for the evening sit after work. Heading to a local park here. It's not too far away from the house, so it's nice. Pre-scouted this area in the spring. There's a lot of doe bedding that I saw in this bowl, transitioning from marsh to hardwoods. There's some thickets in the middle, and there was some good doe bedding in there. That's outside of an island, and I don't know if what's on that island because I didn't make a note of it. So the wind isn't good to get on that island, which I'm not really upset about, because to get to the island is about a mile to walk around, because it's a long way around, of course. The spot that I'm going is a point that's kind of just south of the island, east of the doe bedding or so. So it's one of those spots where, like, it would be great during the rut to sit downwind of, I think. But I have no information about the area. I don't know how they move through there, or even if they're in there right now. So just going to kind of just figure the area out. Trying to gather some intel and learn a little bit more about that spot. I marked it as an early season spot because in the spring, well, winter, late winter, let's say, it was wide open. So I'm assuming that marsh grass is going to be high, cactus, I don't know what it is exactly, but I'm assuming that's where the cover is going to come from, is this period in early season, and like pre-rut is when it's going to be hot. So just a guess, based on what I saw like 6 months ago. Well, I feel bad. I saw another guy walking up ahead of me. I whistled at him, and I was gonna be like, hey, let's figure out where we're at. And he's like, oh, I'll go around. I was like, I'm heading to this point. He's like, I am too. So he's heading to a different spot. He said the same thing about that other point. There's a lot of other human signs, so I'm gonna keep pushing forward. Yeah, I think this spot might be a bust too. We have a trail, another trail. It's hard to see through there, up there, and there. Looking like a lot of human sign, I would imagine. I'm at one of the trees that I prepped, but I really wanted to get out to that one, or that one back there. There's the island through there. Those two trees would give me a lot better look, but there's no cover on them. I'd be sticking out with a sore thumb. Got all set up. It was a pain, because that branch right there and everything down there was just a tangled mess. But we got that main trail coming, and all of that out there is the doe bedding. And it adds right to that island. So all of those little scrub brush stuff is where I found beds. The majority of it, granted, was over there. So it was in that area over there. Well, tonight was uneventful. Didn't see a damn thing besides a whole bunch of mink. They were sloshing around in the water so loud. When you hunt over decently deep water, you can hear the deer slosh. And guess what? That's what mink sound like too. So they were all just bouncing around and having a grand old time. But that is now my like 5th or 6th time hunting that park, and I have yet to see a freaking deer. And I will not let that park get the best of me. It is Saturday, October 14th. Miserable, cold, wet, rainy day. It's 48 degrees outside, raining all day up until about 3-4 o'clock. So I am heading to get a camera out of the woods. It's been sitting where I got my buck. It's been sitting all summer. Haven't gotten anything on it. I got a buck from there and walked all through there, so I'm not going to really hunt that spot anymore. So I might as well take my camera down and carry that around with me in case I find a good spot to put it on. So I need to get that one out of the woods. And then, let's see, I am heading down to my permission piece. I got to do some stuff with him down there. I'm not going to hunt it and be down there for a little bit. And then I'm gonna head up to another permission piece I just got this year. So I've never stepped foot on their property before. The landowner sends me pictures of like does and young bucks in their backyard and stuff like that. They got a couple apple trees. 10 or 15 acres or something like that. But then it's really nice because their parents live right behind them, adjoining properties, and they have another 10 acres. So it's like 20-25 acres, something like that. A lot of grass though, probably 5 to 10 acres of that is just grass and open field. So not all huntable, but I'm hoping that it's some does walking through there, get a nice easy one, not have to haul it a mile out of the woods. So yeah, I'm really hoping to, it's a northwest wind, so I'm hoping to get out there by 3-4 o'clock, start walking my way around, still hunting in. If I find a good trail or something to set up on, climb a tree, but if not, just hunt off the ground. I really want to be in the woods when it stops raining because it's been raining all night. It started raining at like 8 or 9 p.m. last night, and it's continued. So that time period right after the rain ends is usually a good one, especially because it's nice and cold today. So I hope that that gets them up on their feet. Hope the new property is nice. So a lot of good stuff today. Gonna get a lot done. So I'm out where my camera is, right there. There's the camera. I hunted one of these 2 trees where I had that doe walk underneath me, and then that cluster is where I killed my buck. So here's my camera, and I think this trail is what the city cut through. It's kind of hard to see, but I got a picture of like some equipment, guys carrying equipment, and it looks like, where is it? Yeah, like right here, they cut everything down. All this stuff they cut off and trimmed this little trail here. So this could be why I am not seeing anything, but I mean, I watched that doe. You can see the trail. That doe came right through here. This was a bed. This was all leafed out in the summer, and this was a bed. And then she filtered right through there. So I don't get why that camera wasn't getting anything. But that's the ridge when I was scouting that I was up on. That's the bedding. That's the point there that they come in. What I thought they did, what they did last year, but I don't know if they're doing it this year. So I'm gonna kind of look around here a little bit, see if I can see any buck sign, try to figure out where my buck came from. But this is the setup here. Those are all oaks, and I need to look at better next year. So I use the Exodus renders. I took the antenna off and have really good luck with them. This is the Good Sit mobile mount. I freaking love this thing. This thing is awesome. You don't have to find sticks every time to point it down. I do lock them with a Python lock, and if it's on like super pressured, I'll actually throw a lock on here too, so I'll double lock it. And then I'm really happy with the solar panel. Cheapo off Amazon. It's been out since like June or May or June. Full bar still, so really happy with that. It means I don't have to replace the expensive ass lithiums in there. So that's my setup. Yeah, so my camera was right there, and those are all beds tucked in through there. Those are early season when they're all leafed out, I'm assuming. I don't see any rubs, and if that's all leafed out, that's a lot of shade. So yeah, I mean, they were bedding right next to my camera, and I never got them on, so something was up. This is the field edge, so that's where the camera working their way down this field edge. That's a nice doe print right there. I like the size of that one. But they worked this field edge. This is what I thought I was going to be setting it up on. Into there. That's where I killed the buck. So they walked down here. I'm not really seeing any tracks on this field edge. There's not too many trails coming in and out of the CRP here. Last year, oh, it looks like they crossed right through there. Last year they crossed right through there. Right through there, yup. That's where they filter, and then you can see it right there. And then go up and over. So that's how they shifted this year. Through there. So I'll be putting I'm definitely gonna be putting a camera there. I'll have to think about that in the off season. But the buck came right through here. Right through this little trail. Stuck out right past here. There I was. That's where my arrow went. And then he worked his way, or was gonna work his way up and over that ridge to that bedding area over there. So that's interesting. Last year they were working this field edge to this point and coming across right here and then filtering down into this area. This is where I saw that group of bucks is right here. If mine would have came here, he would have got our wind, because our wind was blowing that way from that tree right there. Luckily, crossed this way, right in front of it. So I'm gonna have to think on how I can predict that for next year. But I definitely want a camera here. So I thought they were moving to that point over there, coming from that bedding area, but looks like they put some trails in and cut some trees. So I think the township ruined that bedding area. I still don't know where they're bedding though. I got to figure that out. Where was he coming from? Where was he going? Right? So in the spring, I don't have time today, but in the spring I'm going to scout where he died. Looked like a decent bedding area. So up over this ridge and those trees on that other island over there. That's what I'm going to do next year. One thing that I always bring with me is a big old battery and an inverter. This thing is awesome. It has USB-A, USB-C, and a plug. So I know this is full, but I mean, it could still use a top off, right? Then I have my watch, my phone. So this will quick charge my phone. Plug other USBs in there. And so that I can keep everything charged up throughout the day, because my phone does die pretty quick trying to take these videos. Any animal biologist out there could explain this to me, but on the side of M14 driving through Ann Arbor, I saw a Pope and Young 10-point working a licking branch. I'm assuming working a scrape, but he was up in the licking branch 5 to 10 yards off the highway. Like, you walk through the woods, you break a stick, you got deer blowing at you, like, and your hunt's ruined, right? You can't get away with anything in the woods. And then you have a wall hanger, stud buck, right there. Like, I got my bow, right? I got all my gear. I want to pull over, turn around. Now I'm on a dirt road, obviously not the highway no more, but I want to make a quick little loop-de-loop, hop out of the car. But it also shows beyond that frustration, right? Shows that the bucks are starting to work those scrapes. It's a little break in the rain right now. It's not raining so hard, so they're out refreshing those scrapes. So that's one thing I'm going to be hopefully trying to find tonight, is some scrapes. They're starting to heat up, especially with this rain. They're going to be getting refreshed. Whew, what a busy day so far. Got my camera, got all that done, headed down to my permission piece, got what I needed to get done down there, got that done. Actually got a little bit more done than I thought, which is cool. Got everything set. I'm probably gonna head back down there this week to get an evening hunt in with him. He likes to hunt with me, so anything to keep him happy, keep that permission. So yeah, now heading up to the other permission piece to to go walk around and figure that spot out, do a little bit of hunting. So it's pretty exciting. This new permission piece somewhat backs up, not quite, but like there's a corner crossing type thing that goes to a cornfield. And I just drove by cornfield, and it's still standing, still a little green. So I think that corn's going to be up for a bit. And if it's up through the end of October, that's going to be nice. That'll be really nice. So I will focus my efforts on that side of the property, I think, towards the evening, like work my way down there towards the later in the night. Because I bet a lot of those deer are pulling that way. Landowners were like, hey, we're heading around the corner. And they sent me a picture. They're like, deer's here right now. I said, all right, I'm on my way. So that's cool. The rain didn't hold out, unfortunately. It stopped about 30 minutes ago. So I wish it would have rained a little bit longer. Wish it was still raining, but we'll see. Should be a fun hunt. I just bumped a deer right up ahead. It is very, very thick. Bet you they were coming to that deer trail. I couldn't tell which way they headed though. There's another deer trail with a little rub on it. They definitely crossed through here. This is the second trail that I found. This is what I'm talking about. Wow, it's a small tree. But man, that is mangled. This is chest high. Holy cow. Broken off there, broken off. I don't see any shavings, but that is a nice rub. It's on this little trail here into that field. Deer over there. I just bumped two. I saw it this time though. Where my arrow is, that looks like a nice rub. And then there's another one right there. Oh, look at that giant one. Looks like some beds in there. I am like in this bush right now. This looks like a pretty good bed. I see some tracks in it. A bed back there. Deer right up ahead. It didn't really spook too much. I heard one bust out from behind that big green tree right there. I was heading this way. There's this little clearing in front of me. Marsh grass and water. If they try to swoop downwind, they'll probably come right through this clearing, so I'm gonna hang out here for a minute. I ended up working my way around that property and kicked up 5 deer. I'm not sure if they were the same deer or 5 different ones. I made my way back to this swamp tip where I thought they were crossing based on what the landowner was telling me. Found a good amount of deer trails, tracks, and poop, and set up over what looked to be a good clearing. So I kind of ran out of time. I really wanted to get back there because it looks like they're moving just a little bit beyond that edge, but I only got an hour till legal, so I gotta get up in a tree. Overlooking this little clearing here. I would like to be on more of that side of the tree, but it's leaning out. So, for comfort-wise, I had to sit here, which is why the ring of steps is very nice. Because if they do filter way back there, then I can swing around the tree. But I think they're moving in this way from over there. Well, that was a cool hunt. I really enjoyed that. I really, really did. I got there a little bit later, than I wished. But that's okay. I got a lot of stuff done before that, so it's all good. But I ran into the landowner, talked with him and his wife for a minute. That was cool. There's definitely deer back there. Good amount of sign. It's great property. I feel very fortunate to have it. So have permission there. So there's like a little swamp tip in there that I wanted to sit, and I ended up finding a clearing. So I was like, this will be a good observation. See if anything walks through to get those deer on a pattern. And I didn't end up seeing anything. Just that little muskrat, I think it was. It was a quick sit. But yeah, walking through there was a blast. Kicking up those deer were cool. I never really got eyes on any of them. It was so thick. I just saw they're jumping through, but they didn't haul ass out. They didn't blow. I was downwind of them, so I knew they wouldn't blow. So I just saw something, heard something, and jumped off. All sides of that property for access, which is awesome. Because they have that mowed path, obviously the road, east and west on the north side. On the west side, running north and south, is a mowed path. On the south side, running east and west, there is another house back there that the driveway is a shared driveway, so it runs all the way on the south border and on the east border. So there's really great access on all four sides, which is pretty unheard of. Yeah, it was cool. It was a very cool hunt. Very, very cool.